All right, good morning, everyone. We'll get started with Commissioners Court meeting for today, Monday, June the 9th, here at the District Courtroom. If you'll please stand for a prayer followed by a pledge.
Let us pray. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, giving us and for the lives that we enjoy, and we give you thanks that we live in this great nation. Lord, we ask your blessings upon it, our state, our county. We again ask for rain. Lord, we give you thanks for the rains that you have sent. We ask, Lord, that you would continue to bless us, showers, and that, Lord, that you will restore our springs and our wells and our tanks and creeks, and we'll be careful to give you the thanksgiving for that. We ask for your blessings upon this meeting. Lord, that you would grant us wisdom and knowledge to carry forth the business of this day. Lord, in Jesus' name.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll call the meeting to order at 9:02. We have a full court. Everyone's present. All right, we'll start off with our citizen comments to address or speak to the court this morning. You have 5 minutes to address the court regarding agenda items only. And filled out the forms. And the first form I had this morning was for Mr. Gomez. If you will, come all the way up and speak into the microphone. Thank you.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I'm here to bring up the tax abatement, solar farm, and battery storage concerns, and Texas bill that has been brought up. Tax abatements. You guys brought up all the pros last time in reference to the financial incentive offered by local governments. It stimulates and develops revitalization of the economy, and it increases employment opportunities. Most of these farms, solar farms, wind farms, there's not a lot of employment opportunities only when they start building it. And a lot of the employees are brought in from whatever specialized from the company. I had a friend that was working at the Shot solar farm. There was 2 or 3 employees from Brackett working there, and one of them ended up there, and that was it. The rest were from out of town. So there's not a lot of employment opportunities. The cons against that, the tax abatement is the loss of immediate tax revenues, which impact the funding available for public services and infrastructure. Potential for abuse and misuse. There's a risk that companies don't fulfill their promises regarding job creation and other economic benefits. Income inequality often favor high-value properties and large corporations. When the abatement period ends, there's uncertainty in reference to the tax obligations. In summary, tax abatement is a tool with both potential benefits and drawbacks for local communities. Okay, let's touch on that bill, or let's touch on solar farm and battery storage. Whenever the company started coming in on that battery storage, I received a letter to see if I was interested. Mr. Montalvo received a letter. Flat out, I started asking questions, and that company shut me down. I started asking them about the safety, about the containment of the batteries. So I was asking them all this stuff about, if they were going to improve the road, because they're going to go through the county road there on county maintained road there in Kinney County Estates. They're still going to use it for the neighbors' battery storage. So I asked them about that. Are you guys going to pave it? What are you going to do? So they didn't like my question. So guess what? Next time I called, they cut me off. So that gives you a picture as to what these companies are doing. And they don't like being questioned as to what they're going to do and what they're not going to do. So in reference to solar and battery storage, it's a large footprint which can lead to habitat loss, disruption of natural landscapes, and potential conflicts in agriculture and grazing. Um, Solar panels and battery require significant energy input and can generate gas emissions because of the heat, water usage. Some of these solar panels and battery, mostly the battery storage, they need water to cool it down. Where if they're in an arid region like here, and they need water to clean these solar panels, unless they brought up something else to clean the solar panels. They've got a lifespan of 20 to 30 years. There's challenges to get rid of these solar panels and batteries after they're expired. So that's another issue in reference to where they're going to dispose of them. There's recycling challenges due to the materials used to make these solar panels and batteries. So another thing that's sort of concerning, solar panels can alter local weather patterns, affecting temperature and the transfer of heat that causes the evaporation water that's in the soil. So I don't know if it's a coincidence, but there's been 4 or 5 storms that have come through here. Out of those 4 or 5 of them, Brackett got 1. I've got some land on the other side of George Rose Lane, and I got 3-4 inches. Brackett didn't get any. It all went around like this, if you saw the radar. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but there's one pattern right there that I noticed when the rains came. So they want to build one there at George Rose Lane. I mean, it's understandable. Property owners have rights. I know that. But when you're encouraging them to come in, it's like a free-for-all on these tax abatements. Let me touch on tax abatements. In reference to when RGC brought in their solar farms, they never got a tax abatement from this county. In reference to no idea why, but RGC creates a lot of jobs here in this community, and they never got a tax abatement. So guess who's paying for the taxes? We are, because they didn't get a tax abatement. Go ahead, sir.
You got your 5 minutes. I mean, I was just telling you 5 minutes is up, but if you wrap it up for me.
Okay.
That's all. I was just telling you that you.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'll rush it. In reference to the bill that was submitted, it's Texas Bill 1754. The bill will receive February 28, 2025. It passed the Senate and it's in the House May 1st, 2025. If it goes through the House, it's going to be implemented January 1st of 26. It prohibits local governments in Texas from entering into new tax abatement agreements. The bill defines a renewable energy facility, which is solar farms, wind farms, and battery storage. This bill prevents local jurisdictions from using tax incentives to attract or promote renewable energy. Overall, this bill strengthens principles of limited government, free enterprise, and taxpayer equity. It protects property taxpayer from bearing any unfair share of tax burden by reinforcing property rights and tax equity. This bill is also aimed to prevent favoritism of certain energy sectors, creating uneven playing field for businesses. And that's why I brought the Blevins farm in reference to that solar farm that wasn't given a tax abatement. And even though RGC is one of the companies that hires a lot of people in Bracketville. Anyway, to close this off, I was a public servant for 35 years. And you guys are public servants which hold positions in government to serve public interest. Priorities of a public servant needs to be the community and public good for their personal interests. Your elected officials are responsible for overseeing operations and administration of their county. So loyalty should be towards the citizens. I hope you listen to the citizens' concerns of Kinney County and make the right decision during your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. All right, the other one signed up to speak on this morning is Cameron Morgan. You two will be speaking in regards to 4A and 4B on the agenda this morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you for having me here today. I am Oh, yes, sir. I'm representing this project today. I work for a company called K.E. Andrews. We are the tax consultants for this project. And I'm really here to just kind of answer any questions. And also, I can actually point to some of the questions that have already been spoken to if you would like. I don't want to take up too much of your all's time. But just as a reiteration, there's two different projects here. There is a solar project and then there's a battery project. The solar project is about 150 megawatts and the battery is 75 megawatts and it's 2 hour duration. So in the scheme of things, this battery is actually kind of smaller than most batteries that we've seen across Texas. But this is a pretty large investment for this property. So we're looking at about 44 million for the BESS and then about 156 for the PV, which I'm pretty sure y'all's council has already kind of relayed to you guys in the last meeting. But in the instance of the tax abatement, I think the gentleman was speaking about to the bill. I'm pretty sure that bill has now been pushed to the side. And so that allows for 2 more years for these abatements to be generated across Texas. And then he was speaking to some of the road use agreements. And so we do have a road use agreement for both of these projects. So if there were any kind of travel across these public roads, then Samsung would be obligated to actually fix those roads on the county roads. And then I wanted to also just kind of mention on containment and then the life of the project. So these battery energy storage systems, they are in a container. And so these containers are AC regulated, and then they have a foam suppression. So if anything were to happen, then that they actually will suppress the fire within itself and contain it. And so there's not a lot of water that's actually going to the battery, as the gentleman was speaking to, but there is a containment process. And then Samsung is typically, I want to say for the past, every project that's been built, they have always reached out and they do have a plan in place to be working with local EMS and fire department or volunteer fire department to actually have a plan in place annually to actually give training on how to actually contain fires of this nature. And then for the afterlife of the actual project, the years of the project is actually correct. That is 20 years for both the panels and then the battery. There is actually a plan that Samsung has with multiple different companies where they will actually take the solar panels once they've been at the end of its life, and then they will actually take them, discard them, or recycle them. And then for the batteries, the same thing. There's actually a company out there that what they'll do is they'll convert those batteries into different appliances. And I think there's going to be talks about how can we actually put these into an actual battery system for home use. But those are different plans that they have in place for the end of life because, as you know, you can't just take them off and throw them on the ground. They want to take them and they actually want to take them out of here. And then maybe actually look at potentially, they call it rejuvenation, so or regeneration. And so what they'll do is actually put new panels on and then put new batteries into the slots. And just to give you a little bit of a tidbit on the actual batteries itself, when you look at the actual storage system, there's these slots, and those batteries are pretty well advanced to the point where they can contain itself in its own little core. And so if one was to die or one was to catch fire, then it actually contains itself in its one little core, and then you can pull it out and then replace it. And then into the point of the actual PV and the BESS, as probably your council has already mentioned, we're looking at for the PV over the life of 30 years, tax revenue for that project alone is about 5.17 million. And then for the battery, it's about 1.69 million or 1.069 million just for the county to receive tax revenue. That wouldn't actually, those numbers aren't reflective to the ISD or any other jurisdictions. So if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for. Or whenever that agenda item comes up, I can come back up and speak if you would like. Thank you.
All right, that's only all that has signed up for public comment. We'll just go into our agenda this morning. Departmental reports.
May I say a comment? I decided that gentleman was speaking through the public safety issues, but really what a lot of people are here for is the tax abatements and not wanting tax abatements to keep being given to these companies that have no real stake in our communities. And we have no stake in our communities. I mean, we've lived here all our lives. We intend to send our kids to school here, some of us have. And this is about using our public money wisely because it's not your money, it's our money.
All right, item 3 this morning is departmental reports and comments. This will be, county agent report is attached in your, iPad this morning from Mr. Allen. Also this morning in your iPads, it's going to be an aging center from the nutrition center from Miss Yvette. County attorney's out of town. Auditor, you have anything this morning for us? Clerk?
Just to let you know, we're sitting right at 90% already for the year, so we're actually a month in advance.
CGIS is at 90%. Okay, thank you, Rick.
You're welcome.
Community Center, had another event there this weekend. Didn't have any problems or issues that we know of. Constable. Detention Center, Warden.
Yeah, the full house, ADP is 422 and current count is 422.
Okay.
No issue.
All right, thank you, Board. EMC.
After this, Commissioner's Court, I'm heading to, talk with the AT&T, follow up on what the status of the weather down service. As for you, Mr. Ward, the lady for the dispatch desk will be here Wednesday at 1:30. So if you want to meet up at the Pearson Building, meet up there. I left, sample packets for binders for you, Judge, on your desk, and that's all I got.
Okay,
Anything for me?
thank you, sir. EMS.
Morning. Our monthly report for May, we had a total of 44 calls last month. Out of those 44, 23 were transports. We went to Uvalde 9 times, Del Rio 14, and we flew 1 patient out. We did have 6 second calls, so that was quite a spike from previous months. And we did have 2 border related calls. That's the first time since last October, November, we've had anything border. In other news, the state, they approved House Bill 1377 and 3000, which is the rural EMS funding. So that will give us up to 500,000 towards the purchase of the new ambulance, which is convenient since we do have the new ambulance coming in later this year. And then I just wanted to speak on something spoke with the judge last week on about where we transport patients. So with us, if we go by the, the letter of what we do, we're always supposed to go to the closest facility, which would be Dover. There's a couple of reasons why, First of all, if it's an emergency, you need to go to the closest facility. Also, Del Rio has a cath lab, so if anybody's having a cardiac event, they can treat it at Del Rio. Where Uvalde, they're not able to treat it, they would have to transfer it to San Antonio, which would be a delay in the definitive care they need of several hours, which can have an effect on patient outcome. But with that being said, we do try to accommodate patients when they do want to go to Uvalde, especially if we have 3 on. Um, You know, if it's the first call out, we have a third person on and they want to go to Uvalde and they're stable, then we can take them to Uvalde. But anything critical, we truly should be going to the closest facility. Because if something happens en route, then it puts a liability on us and in return to the county. Why did you bypass a closer facility to go to this facility? So, any questions for me on anything?
1377, is there going to be an ongoing funding?
So it will be for 2 years, till they meet next legislative session, and it will go till it becomes available the 1st of September this year. And I talked with Butch, who's with PENSA, at a Strax meeting I was at Friday. He said they're still working on the process to apply for those funds, but he said he's pretty sure it'll have to come from the county judge, and I'll stay on top of that. But that is great news for us. So, yep. All right, thank y'all very much. Thank you.
All right, grant updates.
Yes, good morning, sir. This is Carla. I turned in a packet for all of you to review, or you have there in your packet, but the first thing is the Stone Garden grant for the month of April. The amount that was reported was $36,758.57. We have not yet received the payment for that. The School Resource Officer grant for April, the amount submitted and we have received it is $6,859.85. The Local Border Security Program, which is LBSP grant, that has an available of $43,025, and the purchase order has been signed and approved to order a new vehicle. The remaining amount to be paid out of abandoned, I believe it's now called abandoned funds.
Okay. Yeah, that's one.
Okay, Operation Lone Star. It is pending financial status report from 1 December through the end of May. Hopefully that will be open by the end of the week so that I can start entering that information. It's going to take a week's worth of work just to put all of the vendor reports and the personnel in there. But hopefully that will be open for us to submit. The amount estimated that we have not received reimbursement for is probably $1.2 million for 1 December through the end of May. Criminal Justice Division grant, that is a purchase order, went in for $10,999.95, and that is to purchase 13 individual body shields. And the only other thing is I will send out an email letting each division know or department know that their personnel under OLS will now be required to sign a quarterly certification that they're working 100% of their time on OLS if they're reporting 100% of their time. And I believe that is all I have for you today.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, ma'am. No questions. Thank you, Ms. Westbrook.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Indigent healthcare, that's in your report there from Ms. Becky on the indigent healthcare. Judge's office, there's the cash report for my office for the cash taken in on the community center contracts, certificate of compliances, and OSSF. permits. And in your packet this morning, you have a cash report from transactions from Judge Villarreal's office at the JP's office. Library this morning. Road and Bridge report. Yeah, that also this morning for you, their monthly report for Road and Bridge. Had a pretty good washout, very big washout on Anacostia Road the other day. So we ended up closing that road on Friday, traffic, and they got it back passable Monday afternoon. And they've been hauling some more caliche to it, I believe, working on it, but it was pretty washed out from the rains. It's probably where Mr. Gomez had his 3 or 4 inches east out there. They probably part of that sale or something, but they had a pretty good rain down there east of Crawford. Sheriff.
Good morning.
Morning.
So as of this morning, we still have 17 in jail. 5 of which are waiting for transfer to TDC. TDC is not on my list. 10 of them are waiting for court dates and 2 are doing time on county charges. We had a meeting with his office last Monday on this whole Operation Lone Star, lack of jail space, et cetera, with PDC, not allowing us to put people into Bristol and Segovia. This is going to affect, right now it's affecting 15 counties. I've had frequently calling surrounding counties on this to see if anybody has any additional bed space. So far, we're kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel with 10, 12 extra beds. TDC is so far has not received any funding. We haven't heard back from the governor's office what we're going to be able to do with these people that we're picking up on warrants. Forever, we weren't concerned that we were bringing them out of county or receiving food and don't show up in court. So, for example, last month, there were 29 warrants statewide. In the month, we had 52 additional warrants. So, even though we're serving the warrants, the count is not going down, it's going up because people aren't showing up to the court. It's not just happening here, it's happening in Valverde County, Kinney County, Maverick County, etc. So the warrant count keeps going up. Lack of jail space is going to kill us because Harris County, which has the largest county jail in the state, has to farm people out of Louisiana and Mississippi because they don't have enough money. They've been mandated by the jail commission to start bringing these people back into the state. So that's going to add more jails. The governor just signed a bill increasing on violent offenders mandatory bond be set at a much higher rate than they are right now. That's the fact of jail. So we're kind of between a rock and a hard place. What we're going to do with all these offenders for the Operation Lone Star. And one of the things we're seeing on this is some of these people that were picked up are career criminals. So not only are they going to do time for us, but they're going to violate for probation, which is going to jail. So stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's not counting criminal prejudice. So we're working on that this week. We've got another meeting at the end of the month. Hopefully by then, TDC will have something cleared up. But hold your breath. So far, on the TDC stuff, on Operation Lone Star, so far this month, there's been 10 people booked in to the facility in Dover. Those 10, 5 were out. Last month, there was a total of 31, 18 were out of Kinney County. So we're keeping that 10 open by doing better than 50% of what's supposed to do. That's done. That's good. Our shell service is down. Last I heard, they're talking maybe about 16. They don't have it restored. Don't know what happened. Don't know if it's a glitch in the system. The tower went down. Somebody cut a line somewhere. I haven't heard that much. I just know got word last night that they're talking hopefully about 16 next month. Overtime issues. we're trying to get some stuff straight because I've got some OLS deputies that are working on these warrants that I really need to give them some overtime, but I can't because we have to use up our stone garden overtime before they'll let us use our OLS overtime. But they're not stone garden deputies, so they don't qualify for stone garden overtime. So it's kind of like a catch-22. The state won't let us use the homestall overtime until we've depleted the stone garden overtime. But the stone garden overtime can only be used for stone garden deputies. So we're trying to get that resolved. And there was still hitting a major roadblock on it. Hopefully we'll have that figured out sometime soon. Any questions? Bobby? Mark, shaking
The TDC deal for using Briscoe and Segovia units, they will take like a brand new case or a brand new person that was just arrested or something. What they're saying they're not going to house is like all the at-large warrants with file and everything and so forth. Or they were in TDC, they got bonded out, they failed to appear for court, so then they had an FTA filed against them and stuff, and a warrant put out for their arrest. We found them, they were arrested, they were brought here. TDC won't take them back. So that's the hang up. And we currently have about 2,000 warrants that we're dealing with that are OLS related in some shape, form, or fashion. Failure to appear at large, whatever. That's the and that just got, I don't know what, about a week ago.
A week ago.
So 10 days. So that was told upon us from the state.
So, I know they on the one that we pulled off the train the other day, trespass. I've been in touch with ICE out of New Jersey. They want to get him back into the court system up there, but they're not too confident that the court system up there is really going to do anything with. So we're looking at several options. Option A, we're going to prosecute him here for the criminal trespass. Talk to Border Patrol. They're going to, once we get through with things, depending on what New Jersey wants to do, they will definitely file him for re-entry after default, which is two and a half. So he'll be off the streets for a couple of years until New Jersey figure out what they want to do. What New Jersey's afraid of, what ICE is afraid of, is if we send him back to New Jersey now, they'll do like they did last time. They'll give him a $500 bond, he'll walk, and we won't see him again. So we're going to try to keep him in jail, get him to do time here, federal time, but we have to worry about it. And he starts up there with sexual assault of a minor. So we're going to do what we can with him, work with New Jersey, work with ICE up there as best we can, but this guy needs to go away. He's charged with sexual assault of a minor. And when they first tried to talk to the ICE agent up there, the head guy, and he said that he was charged with it, and they gave him a PR bond. So he didn't have to post any bond. He walked, he left, ICE picked him up, sent him back to Guatemala. He entered in Arizona back in 2023. New Jersey didn't want him then. They sent him back to Guatemala, and we got him now. So, questions, comments? Thank you all.
Thanks, Sheriff. All right, tax assessor this morning. County treasurer. All right, that'll conclude our departmental reports. We'll start our item 4 this morning, deliberate and consider action on the following items. Item 4A, recognize Deputy Molinar and Deputy Olivarez for life-saving actions. Front and center, gentlemen.
Deputy Olivarez off today. Carol, were you involved in that down there on that rollover? Back in late April, there was a rollover accident. The chief has all the paperwork. I don't have it. There was a rollover accident with an RA. Well, while we were waiting, Danny and Olivarez responded. The driver was pinned between the steering wheel and the seat and having difficulty breathing. Our fire and rescue was en route. Get down there as quick as they could. The driver was still having problems breathing. Danny took it upon himself. Olivarez, they dug through the toolbox. They found the tools to reciprocating some other things. They cut the cab off where they could get him out where he could breathe. So they went kind of above and beyond, quick thinking. And we've got it on video, if y'all want to see that sometime. But they got the cab off, got him up where he would not suffocate. Well, hopefully that's what saved him. I'd like to take this time to congratulate Danny for his quick thinking and his tool skills for that job. If I had the paperwork, I'd be giving it to him. Sometime maybe today we'll get a picture of him, the commissioners, or we'll be posting in the Sheriff's Association news brief for next month.
Awesome. Well, thank
Get
you.
it, put it in the newspaper. Okay.
All right, item, that'll take care of 4A. 4B is discuss and disapprove tax abatement agreement between Kinney County, Texas and Cairos Solar LLC relating to solar energy generation facilities and equipment. I'll entertain a motion to approve, disapprove, or table it to executive session. What do y'all want to do?
Judge, I'll move we disapprove the
All right.
abatement agreement between Kinney County and Cairos Solar.
All right,
See related to the solar energy generation facilities and equipment.
okay, second by? Got a motion to disapprove item 4B by Commissioner Ward, second by Commissioner Montalvo. Any further discussion on the item? So being done, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. 4C is the tax abatement approved, disapprove agreement between Kinney County, Texas and Cairos Solar LLC relating to battery energy storage system facility. Entertain a motion to approve it, disapprove it, or table it to the executive session.
I make a motion to disapprove.
Okay,
Second.
got a motion to disapprove item C this morning by Commissioner Montalvo, seconded by Commissioner Dotson. Any further discussion on item C this morning? All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item 4D, approve or disapprove to allow Kinney County Appraisal District to add concrete or asphalt pad in a single carport on county-owned property. What they, Mr. Page visited with me about was they'd like to have one more covered parking spot at the end of the carport right there, and that piece of property is owned by the county. They're just asking if we would consider allowing them to concrete or asphalt. I guess we could tell them what and put a temporary carport, just shelter over that for. They got one employee parking on the street, and they just like to try to get them off the street kind of deal. So that's none to us, from my understanding. They're just asking for permission to use that right there. Asphalt's what they currently have in their carport deal, so they may want to discontinue that. Don't know if Commissioner will know a little bit more about it, but he was just asking if we would consider allowing them to put a single.
They need permission because that's our property.
Yes, sir.
So moved on item D. Second.
All right, I have a motion to approve to allow the appraisal district to add a concrete or asphalt pad in a single carport on county-owned property by Commissioner Dotson, second by Commissioner Barrett. Any further discussion on the item? I would say probably stick with the asphalt, and then if we need to remove it or something, it'd be a lot simpler down the road, but.
That's what they've got there now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I believe in it, underneath the carport, the parking lot and asphalt. So that's kind of what I would lean towards there. All right. I'll relay that to Mr. Tate. All those in favor of the motion to approve item D, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried 4-0, noting Commissioner Ward abstained. Item E this morning discuss and disapprove the repairs to the wheel gadget. I didn't know what else to call it, guys. I called it gadget. At the splash pad in the amount of $750. Estimate provided by Oasis Water Playgrounds Incorporated. On the splash pad, there was like a pirate's wheel deal that would spin if the kids could spin it, and the water would shoot out the ends of it. It is broken off. The water still comes out, so we just like every gadget over there has its own off switch, so we turned it off. But I sent pictures to Daniel, our gentleman that we dealt with on the splash pad the most and stuff, and said, "Hey, is this under warranty?" He says no, but to get the part here and everything to fix it is estimated $750. And I just sent it. He said, "Would you like for me to go ahead and get it ordered and get it to you?" And I said, "Let me put it on the agenda and relay that message to the commissioners." So I say yes, we fix it, but I didn't want y'all to be like, and not know that, hey, here we got another issue with the splash pad already. And I kind of thought it would have been under warranty, but
Was it damaged like vandalism or was it like damage? Or do you know?
structurally wise, the stand that it's mounted on is fine. It's not bent or it doesn't look like it was. So whether it was somebody swinging on it, or just wore off, I don't know. Really don't know. But you can see where in the back of the wheel, you can see where the housing is. It's got some sharp edges in there where it broke loose. But there's no serious damage to like the actual wheel or the base of the gadget to make you think, somebody actually hung on it, whatever.
Just plastic, right?
Oh no, it's like stainless. Oh wow. It's very heavy. It's in my office. Polo said, "Hey, Polo brought it in the office the other day." He said, "Judge," he said, "I don't know if they tore it off or it broke off, but at least they didn't steal it. We still have the wheel." I said, "All right, we'll leave it here and I'll take some pictures," and they'll take pictures of the stand because Daniel asked for some pictures, and so I took pictures and stuff. So that's where we're at on the splash pad.
So move.
By, all right, Commissioner Farragut makes the motion, seconded by Commissioner Montalvo. Any further discussion on the item? All those in favor say aye. Aye, motion carried. Any opposed, I should say. Motion carried unanimously. Countywide burn ban. I got it back on here. As you know, I lifted it last week. Thought we were kind of safe countywide, but I went ahead and put it back on. You want to leave it off, and we'll put it back on the agenda for the 23rd. As you know, y'all as a court, we can put the burn ban on, but I can lift it and stuff. But
It's gonna rain in the morning.
do you want to leave it? Because I feel like we're still in pretty good shape. Still another 2 weeks and see where we're at.
There's a chance of rain all this week. Isn't it?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think. I hope the rain, not the bad stuff. So we'll just table that till the 23rd then. All right, entertain a motion to table item F to June 23rd. Motion made by Commissioner Montalvo. Seconded by Commissioner Farragut. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Mr. Ross, I would ask that you relay that to folks in Spofford for me. I called the mayor the other day and stuff and told her just to give her a heads up and say, the burn ban's been lifted. So if you got some stuff, and she goes, "Oh, thank you." So, but if you'll just relay that message around down there that the burn ban is still off. Item G this morning, discuss and improve ordering, regulating the use of certain fireworks. This order, as you know, has to be approved today, and it only outlaws or bans skyrockets on a stick, restricted fireworks, which are defined as skyrockets on the sticks, and so forth like that. But today's the day we need to active vote on it. if we want to prohibit the use of those kinds of fireworks in the county, or we take no action on it whatsoever. I don't know if the missiles with fins is what the order says. So, but we never have done this before that I'm aware of. Have we, Becky? Oh, 23 maybe. Okay. This doesn't ban all fireworks. It's just a certain fireworks that are defined as what the order says.
I think it is fairly new because it was on our list there at Corpus.
Was it?
Yeah.
As far as the A&M Forestry Service considers, we still are in a drought condition according to the drought monitor. It makes reference to that in the order here.
If the burn bans continue, the problem would be wise to have this going in tandem with it. State law.
True. But on this has to be adopted by the June 14th. So that's why it's on here today. We can adopt the order and it just prohibit these certain fireworks and stuff. Maybe a headache for the sheriff's office and the constable back there to have certain order on an order on just on certain fireworks.
This would usually just be for private people, right? I mean, it wouldn't affect our fireworks show if we happen to have that.
Just restricting the fireworks, which are defined as skyrockets or sticks, missiles with fins, the Class C misdemeanor. The orders based on the A&M Forestry Service determination of drought conditions. We may designate a safe zone area where the restricted fireworks are not prohibited. So that would be like if they wanted to do them on the fort again, and so forth. We don't really have a fireworks stand in the county that I'm aware of. Nobody has a stand. So if there was a fireworks stand in the county, they couldn't sell these fireworks. Sheriff, Constable, are y'all familiar with what a skyrocket with sticks classified as 49 code of federal regulations as in a missile with fins?
I think they're okay with that.
Bottle rockets, things like that, yeah. It's the ones we use to each other. Nice to hold it in your hand and see how tough it is. All right,
Is the Ford gonna have their problems to see?
they're gonna, I think they're planning on it, especially if the burn ban is still off, if it's not, if the burn ban's lifted. If the burn ban's on, like, yes, ma'am,
Or it's just waiting to see what y'all decide.
yeah, but right now the burn ban's still off, so we're still good there. And this wouldn't affect their deal because that would be considered your safe zone where y'all have them. Let's see, no, I think we're just move on. So on item, G will, take the action of a motion to disapprove the order regulating certain use of fireworks July 4th season. And understand that today's is the last date we could do this. I guess we could have an emergency meeting. If things really turned off bad, say, talking about 5 days. All right, I'll entertain a motion to, we need a motion or we just take no action? I'll entertain a motion to disapprove item 4G this morning. So moved by Commissioner Tavo, second by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion on firework, item G, certain firework ban, 4th of July? Being none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor of the motion to disapprove item G, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item H this morning, discuss the possible action to put Globe Life as an optional additional insurance provider out-of-pocket expense for countywide employees. Presentation by Mitch McKinney. Mr. McKinney is here with us this morning. He came by and spoke to me the other day in the office and just asked to be on the agenda to be considered us to approve Globe Life as a vendor for the county for optional insurance for our employees, which is an out-of-pocket expense for them, but it would just be something that would be offered. Now, turn it over to you.
I appreciate it. First, I do want to thank Judge Schuster and the commissioners for y'all's time today. I work with a lot of different counties throughout Texas. I just hadn't had the opportunity to catch up with Kinney County, so I appreciate the opportunity. So kind of explain, I gave you a lot of packets. I'm not going to take up your time going through everything because it'll take too much. So I'll just do a quick overview. So have any one of y'all ever like broken a bone, had a surgery, spent the night in the hospital, had to travel for anything like that? I'm assuming most of us. And then have any of y'all known somebody, whether it be a family member, friend, coworker, neighbor, who's went through something more serious like heart attack, stroke, or even something like cancer? So the reason I ask is most of us know somebody, and when people go through serious things health-wise, most of us could use a lot of extra money. That's essentially what this benefit program is designed to do. To actually pay y'all cash directly when you go through something like rolling your ankle or tweaking your back, up to bigger things like broken bones, car accidents, heart disease, and things like cancer. Why do y'all think it'd be a good idea to have a bunch of extra money when you're going through something like cancer per se?
Long time to get very expensive.
Very expensive. Yeah, there's travel expenses. South Texas, most of my clients who go through cancer, heart disease, aren't getting treatment here. They're having to go to San Antonio, Houston. So this is actually a letter from a client of mine. I signed up Chris while he was at work. He actually forgot to tell his wife about it, which most of us actually forget to tell our wives about things. A few months later, his wife ended up needing this when their child went through cancer, and she wrote this letter in. So I'll explain how it works. She wrote in, she said, "My husband made the best decision ever. We thought it'd be a great way to save money. We hoped you actually never need it. Unfortunately, 5 months later, their son, his name is Lucas, actually ended up getting diagnosed with leukemia. She said the initial diagnosis check came quickly, got us through our first month. I cannot stress enough how much easier our lives were dealing with hospital stays when we did not have to worry about money. The company's been great with all of our questions, got our claims to us very quickly. Everyone should look into a policy that best fits their family through Family Heritage. In their first 2 months, when Angie wrote this letter in, we ended up paying them $49,772.10. 6 months later, when Lucas, their son, was in remission, we ended up paying the family over $200,000. So this is just a quick handout that'll kind of just hit some bullet points with y'all. So how this works is your normal health insurance pays doctors, bills, hospitals. It's kind of designed to keep doctors and hospitals in business. We pay you directly to keep you, your lives, and your families in business. This does work in addition to anything else or completely by itself. So this would work along with your major medical, TRICARE, VA benefits, workman's comp, short-term, long-term disability. Our payouts are so high, about half my clients use this as their primary major medical. That's how I actually use it myself. It is designed to help out with lost income. So you're being sick, out of work, etc. We pay you directly. You can use it to recover your lost income, travel expenses, gaps in insurance. There's a lot of gaps in insurance, especially if you're on an HMO or PPO, you're out of network. So this will work anywhere you're getting treatment at. So if you're on vacation and you're out hunting in Colorado or something like that, and you get hurt up there, it covers you no matter where you're at. It does work 24 hours a day. So if you get hurt on the job, off the job, it does not matter. And it covers you whether it's not like a disability where you have to be completely out of work for this to kick into work. This will work whether you can or can't work. It's always an active policy. Rates are really affordable. Just to get your foot in the door, start at like $10 a week or $40 a month. One thing that's awesome about it is once you're locked in at your rate, no matter how much you use it, like the Huskinson family, we paid them $200,000. They're paying the exact same premium they did day one. Your rates never actually change. You're locked in at those rates. Other than our really high payout options, one of my favorite part about it is explained at the very bottom. It says all policies offer 100% refund of unused premium. So we're the actually only health insurance company, supplemental insurance company, where if you do not use this, you stay healthy, say you have a cancer policy with us, you never go through cancer, we're actually giving you all your money refunded back to you. So it's kind of like a savings account that doubles as an emergency medical treatment that has medical benefit that has no lifetime limits on it. So this is just a few overviews, a quick synopsis of kind of how it works. We have cancer care plus, cardiac care plus, injury care plus. We have hospitalization, ICU coverage. In today's world, our cancer policy is probably our most commonly purchased, just because it seems like everybody has somebody close to them that's been through cancer. Our most commonly used, though, in all the counties I work with is definitely our injury care plan. So I'll just explain how that works real quick. So let's say you tweak your back, hurt an ankle, roll an ankle, break a bone, have to get some stitches, just something like that. Just by going into any doctor or walk-in clinic just to get looked at, we're going to pay you $400. If you have to have a scan, a PET scan, a CAT scan, MRI, you're going to get another $400. If it's something more serious, let's say you are in a bad car wreck or you had to have a surgery, you hurt your knee or back, you get admitted into the hospital. As soon as you're admitted into the hospital, we pay you $3,200 plus $800 a day. So your first day in the hospital, you get $4,800. Every day after that, you get an extra $800 every day added on top of that. We cover ICU stays, $1,800 a day. This benefit still makes me laugh even after doing this for about a decade, but every bone in your body has a dollar amount. So if you broke a wrist, minimum payout's $2,800, arm minimum's $4,000, leg minimum's $10,000. It's bigger the bone, bigger the payout. Pinky's $400. So go big or go home is the way I look at that one. Physical therapy is $200, 12 times per accident or injury. We also cover ambulance. So for example, if you're in a car wreck, you're in the hospital for about a week, you have a broken leg, go through some PT, we pay you $27,800. In a quick nutshell, that's an overview of kind of how this works. Do y'all have any questions for me so far?
That premium, is that just per person or is it a family?
So you can set it up any way you want. So you can go, hey, like I'm going to cover just me. You can cover you and a spouse or significant other. You can do a single parent plan, which it'll cover you and all kids under the age of 26. If you do a family plan, it's you, your significant other, and all children under the age of 26. And so that's how that works. So all the policies, just to kind of give you an overview of how the refund works, policies build cash value at year 5. That's when you become vested into it. Every year after year 5, it's set up kind of like a whole life insurance, except you just don't have to die to use it, basically. So at year 5, you become vested, 100% return at year 25. So what happens is, let's say you're paying, let's say $50 a month, for example, $600 a year. Let's say at full maturity, year 25, you paid in 12 grand, never use it. On your anniversary, you don't call, cancel, do anything. We'll send you a check or deposit straight in your account, all 12 grand, completely refunded, all tax free. Let's say you use some of it though. Say your son, like my son last year, broke his wrist playing ball. We ended up getting $4,800 on that. So let's say if I paid in 12 grand, I got $4,800. I'm getting the difference as my refund. Only way you don't get a refund, something major happens, we pay you more. Like the Huskinson family, we paid them over 200 grand while they went through cancer. They're not getting a refund, obviously. But once you get your money back, because I'm an optimistic person, in year 25, you keep paying your premium, your coverage stays active at a 50% discount for the rest of your life. And we also understand that 25 years is a long time. So if all covered adults within those 25 years pass away, all the money that's put into it you didn't use is also refunded to whoever you put as your beneficiary. So great question though. Any other questions? Yep. So I wasn't going to ask for y'all to do any type of contribution, anything like that. Like I have 39 counties I work with. I only have one county that does a contribution. Essentially what we do is we just set it up through payroll. Judge Martinez, he's been a client of mine for about 8 years over in LaSalle County. They didn't have any supplemental benefits. So he had me just come out. He gave me a department head list. He said, hey, go talk to each department head. I set it up with the treasurer. They just deduct it from the paycheck. A lot of my other counties, Judge Owens over at Valverde County, they're like, hey, we'll just do this during our open enrollment session. So whatever works best for the county is you guys just tell me, hey, this is what works best for us. That's how I set it up. It doesn't matter to me. So any other questions? All righty. Well, I appreciate the opportunity. Y'all have a blessed one. And yeah, let me know if this is something you guys want to improve.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mitch. Again, this is just a supplemental insurance to the insurance that the employees are already receiving. It's an out-of-pocket expense to them, no expense incurred on the county. He's just asking that we, in order to be able to have this product offered and be able to visit with folks, just approve the Globe Life as a vendor for the county.
Is your contact on here, Mitch, or we just call that?
I'll get options. Sorry. Giving you all my business cards here. Sorry. In case you wanted to know. Appreciate it. Thanks, sir.
Any other questions, comments? I'll entertain a motion to approve Globe Life as an optional additional insurance vendor for countywide employees. So moved by Commissioner Barrett. Second by Commissioner Matavo. We'll visit with the treasurer and stuff and see if we want to like start it right now or when we do open enrollment, which is not that far away from that in theory, but
Yeah, whatever works best for y'all.
just visit her and put you in contact with her and stuff. All right, all those in favor of item H, say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item I this morning is a resolution to approve or disapprove supporting immediate federal action to combat the threat of the New World screwworm fly to livestock, wildlife, and the rural economy. The resolution is simply stating that this is a serious outbreak and serious concern for our rural economy here in Kinney County. The New World screwworm fly. It's not new. This is its name from the get-go, but many of us remember it from the 60s and 70s. It posed an imminent severe threat to the livestock and wildlife and economy and stability of Texas. It could be in Texas, they're predicting by July 2025 and the movement towards the Canadian border by the end of summer. Texas Farm Bureau reports that agriculture contributes nearly $868 billion to the Texas economy with over 12.2 million cattle, 650,000 sheep, 786,000 goats. In Texas, leading the state in livestock production. The wildlife population over 5 million white-tailed deer, 150,000 mule deer, and numerous exotic and endangered species. Just kind of this got started, as we know, because of the threat of the screwworm coming back up out of Panama and stuff, and it's in the southern end of Mexico now. And and so forth. We will have a webinar this afternoon at 2 o'clock here, hosting a watch party here. AgriLife Extension Services hosting it here, yeah, in the district courtroom. And you're welcome to come and just watch the webinar and stuff, but it's from 2 to 4:30. I think here 2 to 4 today, 4:30. 2 to 4. But we'll host the watch party here. You're more than welcome to get on your at home and whatnot. Just go to the AgriLife Extension webpage and stuff and click a link there. They're hosting it out of Uvalde at the experiment station today, but they're doing it as a webinar so people can attend that. Then on June 24th, I'll attend another workshop training update session in Hondo and stuff. So some other counties have decided to do a resolution to send to the state and to the federal government at the TDA level and at the USDA level and stuff, kind of saying that, hey, this is a serious situation. And those of us at this table grew up here, sitting in here, that grew up around here, know how serious this can be for the livestock, the wildlife, our pets, everybody. I mean, even humans eventually can be a human factor, but pretty much our livestock, our wildlife for us. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the resolution as presented. So moved by Commissioner Cabo, second by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion on the resolution? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Today's June 9th. I'll hand this around for signatures. All right. Turning the page. Minutes. We have item 5 this afternoon, disapprove, approve minutes from previous meetings. We have 4 to approve this morning. April 17th will be our first one. Motion to approve the minutes for April 17th. Okay, but the meeting was called to order at 10. The meeting was held at 10 o'clock. I think this is, and the meeting was called to order at 1:41.
Is this special?
Right.
April 17th.
April 17th.
I believe it was 141. I'm not sure why it's.
10 o'clock. All right, motion to approve the minutes as presented with the corrections, the start time by Commissioner Dotson, second by Commissioner Ward. Sheriff, don't leave yet, Sheriff. Sheriff, don't leave yet. Need to talk to you in executive session about something. All those in favor of 5A? Thanks for say aye. All those opposed, same sign. A is approved with the noting the correction on the start time.
Just want to say thank you guys.
Yes, sir.
You'll have a good one.
Be careful on the road.
Yes, sir.
Coming. April 28th minutes.
Motion approved April 28th minutes.
Motion made to approve them by Mr. Commissioner Farragut, seconded by Commissioner Matavo. All those in favor of the motion say aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Next up is May the 12th. Yeah, it should be. I don't, well, look and see to get his final payment on it. On that, road and bridge, doing some street cleaning and stuff down on his property. She must ask if you let her know. So she can kind of let the residents know each other and kind of be watching.
Okay. She, they should just be in cutting brush.
Oh, okay. All right, entertain a motion to approve May 12th minutes as presented, noting the correction on item G. So moved by Commissioner Matavo, second by Commissioner Ward. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All right, May 27th minutes. Entertain a motion to approve the May 27th meetings as presented. Motion by Commissioner Farragut, second by Commissioner Chavo. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. All right, item 6, departmental budgets and adjustments. This morning, we have none. Item 7, we do have a disbursements and bills out for the detention center this morning. Entertain a motion to approve those. Motion made by Commissioner Barrett, seconded by Commissioner Montalvo. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried unanimously. Item 8, approve the claims and bills and payroll, Kinney County budget 2024-2025.
Did you get Mr. Varn taken care of before that? See him.
I don't. It was this final payment. I don't know. By the time I got it Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
We always spent the invoice. She requested for a check to be done on 26. He was gonna come back with technical. He was gonna be account. But I think that Carol didn't hear the response. And didn't follow up with it. But I also didn't.
But you did get this final, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
got it.
he submitted.
I don't know if that was, I don't know if that was for this or for that was for West El Paso Street. Straight in. 43. Maybe it's final one. I didn't know if that was for that or for West El Paso.
Don't forget that House Bill 1377 is gonna be a big deal for us.
I think it's
It
dead.
died, we didn't make it, yeah,
It didn't make it. It didn't make it out of committee, out of the House.
yeah, it died,
He did. It passed in the Senate.
yes.
It never left the House. It never got out of committee in the House. So it's dead.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I misunderstood. I thought it said it's
No,
No, I didn't, I was checking my deal.
it died.
the answer. $500 for that.
No, yes. I thought you were talking about the solar farm battery.
No. Rule.
No, the rule did. No, the rule ain't still did. Yeah. They're working on trying to get the criteria built for. Yeah.
It's gonna be a good deal.
Well, there was a big bill too for the, volunteer fire department. 236.3 million passed as well. They changed it. The number that the Senate bill was 819, and died in state affairs.
Yeah.
They changed the number.
All right, entertain a motion to pay the bills. So moved by Commissioner Barrett, second by Commissioner Matavo. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Noting that Commissioner Ward will abstain on his payment and Commissioner Dotson will abstain on his payment. All right. Other items pertaining to county business. Talk to Chad. He's gonna look at putting cameras up at the one at the splash pad and one at the pool.
Did you just have that one incident, or was there been more?
Just that one so far, where they just threw the mud everywhere and stuff. But we had shoot up frequency from the EMS to receiver at the pool house. And then just provide, there won't be Wi-Fi there for the public or nothing. It'll just be the service of 2 cameras. One looking kind of at the splash pad side, and then one on the other side, just looking at the pool in general, just for safety there. AT&T, we're kind of up in arms on that. There's supposed to be another repair for AT&T on June 19th. For us here at the courthouse for the repairs they worked on the other day. But our offices will be closed that day, so that won't be too much drama for us. It may be for y'all, but y'all go to the backup on Star like you are right now. And that's what we're working on for us too. Ads, we'll work on this week getting ads for the HVAC, electrical, and plumbing, et cetera, for the Peterson building. We got the blueprints in. Commissioner Ward's put all his packet together for the different ones. And if they want just HVAC, they can come and get just those, or if they want to turn, the bid on all of them, the contractor. And that's about it. We'll go into executive session at 10:24.
So I got a report from Tatum.
Okay.
Bad weather coming in, of course, Wednesday, but they said anticipate now, but they're gonna go ahead and activate their EOC prep it for this week. And they invited me to come over to get insight training so I can see how they operate. And but weather is gonna start picking up Wednesday night.
So something coming in the morning at 6 a.m. according to San Antonio. What's this
All
morning?
right, we're going to executive session. Item K, personnel matters, closed meeting to be held pursuant to 551074 personnel matters in the government code in order to discuss personnel matters and issues.